Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to a world of dungeons. Before we go hopping back in Fortnite to go get some of that good OG action in, we are back here in the Inn Citadel, or in the Inn City because of where we are. Yeah, we're back here in the Inn City, and right about now we are going to be aiming a little more of our focus on the Monolithic Gate. Now, the Monolithic Gate is kind of like I won't say a prelude to the Inn Citadel, but it is like a entrance, so to speak. You can't reach the Inn Citadel without first unlocking the Monolithic Gate. So, I thought, why not put it in already in the pathway of this little area of the Inn City. But after some further looking into, I thought it would be better to do that because the pathway right here is directly centered with the Citadel, so it would be better to build it right here. So first we're gonna start with the staircase first, because that's not necessarily the hardest part, but it isn't the easiest. But so I'm thinking, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So there we go. So yeah, you want to put a good 5x5. I notice you'll come to notice that a lot of the pathways in the Inn Citadel are either 3x3 or 5x5, or 3x3 or 5x5. They're either 3 blocks wide or 5 blocks wide. So now that's the thing about the Monolithic Gate, is that it's almost entirely made from dark purple and chorus wood. Both dark purple and chorus wood are darker tints, so to speak. Or not darker tints, but like both. Okay, so there's the dark purple, which is like exactly what it sounds like. It's like a dark purple. You know, I don't really know that a lot of these blocks don't have names in the file, so we're just calling them what they look like. You know, and then there's the chorus wood that has this like pinkish, purplish vibe that goes along with it. So here's the materials we're going to be working with. And there's also a greenstone that is also associated with this too. So this will be in place of the dark purple. This will be in place of the chorus wood, while this will be in the place of the green material. So yeah, we're going to be using these 3 materials. Unfortunately, we can't get the actual blocks in the game, but you know what? It's okay. We're going to improvise and we're going to make it work. So long as we have the right dimensions and the right, blueprints, I guess, I think we'll be okay. So we're going to start off with this little story. We're going to start off with this little pathway. Now, the thing about it is that we see a small pathway go up to the staircase, but it's not anything crazy. I just wanted to build a pathway leading to the staircase so this wasn't interrupted. Yeah. So we're gonna have this go all the way right here. And then this is where we're gonna start the staircase. Now I believe, can we get some end mosaic slabs? Do we have end mosaic slabs? I could have sworn they were already. Oh, damn. Aha, end mosaic slabs. Yeah. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. right here. There we go. And mosaic slabs. So, did I just accidentally place a sideways slab? What? What? Whoa. Well, how do I? Okay, we're not focusing on that. We're not focusing on that. I'm getting carried away. How far does this go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 2. 3. Alrighty. 3. And then can we? We can do that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we? I have to place them slowly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. 7. Oh wait, am I doing that wrong? I think I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah. Alright, so now that we got this little beginning pathway done, this will kind of segue us into what's gonna come next for this little structure. So, wait a minute, did I? Oh wait, no. Yeah, we good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. This seems to be a bit of a cube shape, so we're gonna, yeah. Yeah, that seems to be right. Little 3x3 cube shape. And then we're gonna take this, put this here, put this over here. And that 3, this little square in the middle is, yeah. And, excuse me, sir. Sir, I need you to move, sir. You gotta move. Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna, yeah, pretty much just put this little path on the side. That way it'll be easier for us to, dang it, a little easier for us to round about this little area right here. So yeah, now the bridge, it's very weird. Now, okay, so that's the thing about the broken citadel is that it's broken. So most of it is in pieces. I mean, the very bridge I'm building, itself is in pieces. I don't actually know how long the bridge is because once we actually get to the main bridge area going toward the gate, it's actually cut off. And then in physics are really weird. So there are some parts of the city that are broken off, but they're not fallen into the void. They just kind of float there. That's a really weird property of the end, and I know that's just because of the physics there, but it's really weird when that happens. So yeah, it's just really weird. And then because sometimes it'll be weird because sometimes they're like really far apart, but not that far apart, but enough to where like you can't count the blocks, which is pretty much how we do things. We just count the blocks. Or it's really weird. We have to we remember like the dimensions of the blocks, and then I all like it's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. For now, we're just gonna do this little staircase right here. Now, because I do have a picture on the screen of the section I'm doing, you will see that there's a little like railing on the staircase, and there's all you gotta do is just stack the planks. Now you don't have to add this little area because this doesn't seem to be there, but we're just gonna we're adding that just for finesse. Or Nah, we'll keep the finesse. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. So this is kind of where things get a little difficult because they it's not necessarily a spiral staircase, but the way the stairs come up, yeah, it's yeah. So yeah. Oh, actually, wait a minute. There's something I'm missing. Oh, the pillars on the side. Hang on. I think that's right at the 8th block. So we're gonna put them right here, right? Yeah, that's accurate. Okay. All right. The end is a the end is a very strange place. I mean, I don't know. I say that a lot on this channel. I don't know. Wait a minute. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. Is it just after the 8th block, or is it right on the 8th of the? It's just after the 8th. Okay, so I was doing it right. Um, yeah, but we have already the, the we have already built quite a few structures from dungeons. We're still working on the stronghold. We're still working on the stronghold, but I don't know. I'm still really unsure about the stronghold. If I'm gonna be honest, it's big, and I know that the ocean monument is big, but it's like not like the stronghold. The stronghold is it's 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 big. It's a different type of big. That's what she said. But I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very cavernous, and I don't know. There are some parts of the stronghold that I could build pretty easily, but then at the same time, there are other parts that I know that I know that I'd have a lot more trouble with because of the way the structure is built. Obviously, Minecraft Dungeons generation is very different. It's pretty clear that the caves and the ocean, the caves and the oceans in Minecraft Dungeons, it's very clear that those are deeper than just the normal caves in vanilla. I mean, which makes sense. I mean, if you take into account, or like if you were to consider the theory that Minecraft Dungeons takes place generations after the main Minecraft game, then it would make sense as to why it would make sense as to why the oceans and the ground was deeper and everything, just changing world. But um, we'll see. Wait a minute. Hold on. I feel like I'm doing that wrong, actually, to be totally honest. Because each wait. No, wait. Yeah, I'm doing that right. It's I'm actively looking down at the picture, so I'm trying to. Yeah, we're a little quiet today. We are. We don't have too much to talk about, but at the same time, this was something that I was getting in the process of building, or I wanted to build for a minute now, because it's like we got the citadel all the way over there, but we don't have the official entrance to it. But that's why, piece by piece, slowly we've built ourselves an end city in this voidic, quiet, eerie dimension, and we're still continuing to do so. And so far, the accuracy has been there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 slabs, go over this way. Now there seems to be a type of, okay, put these here. Yes, there's, yeah. Make sure to put these on top because there's like one of those on top of every one of those. Okay. So we're gonna cut this back. We are going to cut this back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. Now this is where the less easy part comes in. If I could count that, that would be really nice. Okay, I think I got it. So we're gonna... Okay, now I got it, yeah. We're gonna take this little, I guess, floor area right here, and we're gonna expand it out a little bit. And then, since that green material is coming in handy with those stairs, we're going to go ahead and get that going. So it's going to be a 3x3. So the green block, 1, 2, 3, and then another green block, which would just be a 5x5 or just 5 blocks. So yeah. Now we want to do that on both sides because that's going to come in handy for what we're about to do with the floor. See, the thing about Minecraft Dungeons is that unfortunately, if you're playing on console, you can't use the mod to move the camera around. And it's irritating. I'll just be honest, guys. It's irritating. Because there'll be something that I'll really want to look at, but I can't because of the way the camera physics work in the game. So that's one of the but that's not even one of, that's the main reason why when we do these builds, we're solely working off of angles, because, well, angles and just the dimensions of the blocks. But so far we've been doing good, so I think we're okay. I haven't seen any problems in these projects yet, or at least any design problems, at least. None that would make it seem like, oh, that's not accurate, so we're good. Okay, so before I just go willy-nilly building, this is probably where another picture is going to come on screen now. There we go. So this staircase goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Goes up about 12 blocks. So So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, that makes 12. Oh, wait a minute. Before we even... Hang on. There we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Nice and equal. That's another thing about after playing through the Broken Citadel and the End City levels uh, quite a couple of times. You guys don't even know how many times I had to play through those levels just to get all of the pictures I've gotten just to build these things. But after playing through those a couple of times, I've noticed the Endermen have a thing for similarity. Not similarity, symmetry. The Endermen have a thing for symmetry. They seem to really almost every one of their builds are very symmetrical. Like it's really weird, and that I honestly I like it because that very much clues into how advanced this species are. One other thing I like about the Enderman is that you'll notice a lot of the time there's a lot more circular builds or an abundance of circular builds. Now, I say that because you don't see those in anywhere else in the Minecraft uh, dungeons universe. You don't. I mean, you'll see some. I mean, no. Like, it's really weird. A lot of the circular structures, like the Capitol, where you fight the Broken Heart of Ender, that is a completely circular structure. When you look at it on the mini map, it's completely circular. It even has a ring around it or a half ring around it. To me, that is a very advanced form of building because, well, I mean, I don't know. I know necessarily building something in a circle isn't necessarily easy, but to build a I don't know, to know how to build a good-looking circle to the point where that's a very common thing about their dimensions, like the half a check there's a checkpoint that leads to the citadel or no, there's a checkpoint that I believe leads to the very area we're building, and it's just completely circular. And that's I really think that that's cool because that shows that the Endermen are very intelligent, which I like that spin on that. I like that. I like the spin on the Endermen, the fact that they're just intelligent creatures. Oh wait, we're gonna shave this down a little bit. Oh, but yeah, I like the idea that it's less that we can't understand their language because they're dumber than us. We just can't understand their language because we don't speak their language, you know? Or like when they come and randomly just in the world. I guess I like the I like the idea that the Endermen are just a very advanced species, and I like that idea because of how often people depict them as kind of dumb. Like, don't I mean I don't know, but for the longest time, Endermen have been depicted as if they were kind of stupid. Like they can only pick up flowers. They don't want to do. They only you know like even a popular theory about them that MatPat made. The first like popular game theory about Endermen was that they're simply descendants of ancient builders, and I'm not saying I necessarily disagree with it, but I'm not really saying I agree with it either because there's a lot of like plot holes in that theory. Like if we're going to be realistic, notice how um I guess not DNA, but notice how a lot of oh yeah those are taller. Let me make those taller. But notice how a lot of uh, what's a good example to use? Like the ancient builders, for example. You find the builders all with natural skin tones, which would suggest that their body takes in the sun or light the same way our bodies do. Tan, brown, pale. You can have different you can all the skins are in different skin tones is what I'm saying. Sheesh, I'm over stuttering. So wait, what is going on? I thought I did that right. Wait, what? Hold on, y'all. I think. Wait, what? Oh wait, no. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Is that... Am I doing that wrong or am I doing that right? Because it... Okay. So this is right. This is wrong. So we're going to do this. And there we go. But anyways, as I was saying, a lot of the builder skin tone take in light the same way we do, which would suggest that our bodies are very, very similar to each other. Theirs are simply equipped to handle the more extreme conditions of the Minecraft universe, like, say, the extreme conditions of the freaking Nether. And that's the thing about the end, is that it's not cold here. It's warm, actually. The end is actually a warm biome, but it's not hot. It's warm, but it's not hot, and I think that's a key difference. It's a warm biome, but not a scorching, not a desert biome. You know, like, I don't know, the I don't know, the Nether is so hot it could technically be considered as an extreme desert. You know, it's crazy. So, but yeah, no, that leads me to my next point. MatPat's theory, and I know I don't know. I know this isn't like the go-to theory of like the explanation for Enderman, but it's like, even if it is, I'd like you to just please reconsider, because there is a lot more. There isn't very much explanations. Like, okay, let me go back to my first point. We see that the builders, they take their bodies take in light just the same way humans do. Notice how there is no sun in the end. There's no sun. There is no source of light. There is no source of light aside from the end flashes, but that's not a constant source of light. At least not constant enough to where it would change someone's skin tone. So for someone's skin tone to go, because think about it, there has to have been lots of different evolutionary changes. Like, to say that they were here over generations and they just evolved into Enderman. Sorry. Like, for two things. How did their skin turn completely pitch black? And I hear you saying, oh, that's just the void having an effect on them. Okay, and I hear that, but the void is technically purple. So how does it have an effect on them? When you splash a night vision potion on yourself, oh, would you look at that? I happen to have it with me right now. The end is purple. The end is all purple. Sure, it may be a dark purple, so dark that you can't even see it, but it's still purple. So, again, how could their skin tone go from a normal tan or a normal brown to a pitch black? So, I mean, and I guess one could argue, well, that's just generations and generations of evolutionary products and stuff like that, and evolutionary traits, sorry. But that also doesn't make sense, because it's not like they were forced to stay here. And, well, it's like, well, they were. If we're going off MatPat's theory, the builders came here and they were stuck here because they didn't have a way back. But we see, though, I guess that, I don't know. That's something that's always struck me the wrong way, is that if the builders didn't have a way back, why aren't any of them still here in the end? There isn't any grave sites. Like, there's the only evidence to suggest that there was any presence of ancient builders here are these chests. This is the only evidence we have. No graves, no burials, no signs, just some gold, some enchanted armor. But we can infer that this was the ancient builders, because we literally don't see anybody else wear diamond armor. We literally see no one else do that. The Illagers don't do that. The Illagers have their own specific armor that they wear. They wouldn't. The Illagers don't even wear ancient builder related armor. So that tells us that if it was any race that was here in the Minecraft timeline, it was the ancient builders. But at the same time, we also see a very different story with Minecraft dungeons. Like, for example, the Stronghold. Now, I know that's kind of not fair, because it's like, well, the Stronghold is small. You know, the Stronghold doesn't... I wouldn't I honestly wouldn't count the stronghold just because of how small it is. Okay, there's a difference, you know. Minecraft Dungeons, it's just this, and I know Minecraft Dungeons is different, but that's the thing, is that it's different in a good way. You know, these, we're gonna put that right there. There we go. It's different in a good way, because it gives us a lot more to work with lore-wise. Whereas the dungeons, sorry guys, I keep going quiet. I'm sorry. So yeah, the stronghold is kind of like a maze. And that's cool. That's actually one thing that was really appealing about it, is that the stronghold is kind of like a maze. But one thing I like about the dungeon stronghold is that it's not only big, but it's clear where everything is. It's like, oh, over here is the portal room, and over here is this pretty little water fountain room thing, you know, and over here is this lower area. But like, I don't know, I guess that's part of the reason why I don't want to build it, is because it's just so big. I forgot which part I was in, but I was in this part of the stronghold, and I looked off to the side, and there was just what looked like to be an entire like building, like a whole building. And it's like, that's cool, but that's also crazy overwhelming. And I say that because around here we only work off angles. We can only work off of angles. So when there's a structure that's like outright can't even like, when there's a structure that can't even fully fit in the screen because of how big it is, it's just like, damn man, I want to build it, but ugh, there's so much that I have to leave out just because I don't have enough of one specific part. And that's kind of the only thing turning me off from building the stronghold, or the Minecraft dungeon stronghold, because not too long ago, if you guys did notice, we did build the entrance. We built the entrance, and we were getting ready to build a little more, but that's when I was really like, yo, do I really want to do this right now? This is a big project, especially when I'm already doing these other big projects, you know? Alright, so now that we're here, we want to, let's shift to the next picture, because I know I have more in the next picture. There we go. Alright, so now that we're here, this is where things get a little interesting. Alright. So right around here, we're gonna, oh, fall into the void. Yeah, we're gonna fall into the void, y'all. Right around here, we're going to put some pillars right here. So due to how long the video was getting, because it was getting really long, I'm gonna cut it short here. But as you can see, we have built a lot of the monolithic gate, or at least the stairways to the monolithic gate. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize how long this episode was getting. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we're gonna call it there. Because I don't want to bore you guys with Minecraft. I'm okay with making longer videos, but I don't want to make hour-long videos. So I'm sorry for the abrupt cut, but yeah, the video was just getting really long, and it got to a point where even my PS5 was letting me know, like, bro, your video is 55 minutes long. Your video is 55 minutes long. Shut up, you know, cut it, you know. So yeah, we're gonna come back. We will be back later doing more of this. Doing more of this. But for now, this is what we have. This is what's got it going on. By the time I make another video on this whole area might be done, and we might be doing the bridge that carries over to the actual monolithic gate. But for now, this is the entrance. This is the staircase that you take to the monolithic gate. Trust that it will be done very soon. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm sorry I'm a little I was a little quiet this time. I didn't really have much to talk about. yeah, but I really did want to get this video out because I wanted to start it, but I had already like made a rule for myself, like I don't want to keep going on any more of these dungeon projects without recording it first. So yeah, I just really wanted to start this, but I'm glad I got to start it. So I will see you guys later or in the next video, and you guys have a good day or night depending on when you're looking at this. I'll see you later.